Hi, welcome back to the clinical evaluation video course. In this video, we will focus on the literature evaluation and how to find suitable articles in PubMed. So what you can see is basically here a little roadmap that I drew up. And it all starts with the intended purpose of your device, so the intended use statement. Based on this, you will define search categories such as the clinical valid clinical association, state of the art, or the risks that are associated with your device. So these are the high-level search categories. Specific for each search category can be different search terms that you use. Are a little bit cryptic, but you can use them to find publications in PubMed. Then here in the middle, you will do your PubMed search, you will apply certain filters, exclusion criteria, inclusion criteria, so on and so forth, to identify a set of publications that are potentially relevant. And you will basically read the abstract of these articles and check if the information sounds so promising that you want to include them into your CER. If you decide to include it, these publications are called relevant literature. All the other ones are called irrelevant or non-relevant publications. And in the end, you summarize the specific publications in the respective chapters. For example, here, clinical association or risks. I drew up a little example. In this case, it's an app for the treatment of back pain. The intended use could be this app is intended to support the treatment and prevention of back pain. The app suggests physiotherapeutic exercises to the user. The search categories are in this case the valid clinical association and the risks associated with the device. Subsequently, you define the search terms. For example, the valid clinical association can be broken down into back pain, physiotherapy, treatment, prevention, mobile phone app, and the risk could be broken down into, obviously risks, side effects, adverse events, etc. And also in the context of a mobile phone app use. Well, okay, the next step is then to transfer these bullet points into real search terms using so-called Boolean operators. These are basically and or nor to combine your objects. So for example, we take back pain, physiotherapy, and so on, and create the first search term, which is back pain and physiotherapy, because that's basically what you want to treat, and treatment or prevention, plus you are using a mobile phone app or an app or a mobile phone. For the risk, same principle applies, and it could look like risk or side effect or adverse events. So it will take, the search engine will take all of these and try to find publications that use either one or all of them in the context of a mobile phone app or a mobile app and the treatment and prevention. Okay, and what happens if you put this into PubMed? Well, it could look like this. We have here a screenshot from the PubMed webpage, and I use the first search term, and it will give you different information. Basically, here on the left side, you can see the time frame of results. So the earliest results are in this case from 2016, probably before that mobile phone treatment apps were not that common, and ends of course in 2024. You can also select different filters. You can search for publications with an abstract that are in full text here, and free full text where you do not have to pay, because some publications, as you probably know, are behind a paywall. I recommend you to check out PubMed yourself, play a bit around with the features, with the possible filters that you can use. Here in the middle, you can see your results. You can navigate through the result pages, and you can see that we retrieved 29 results, 29 publications that fit into our search term. And the first one looks already very promising, called mHealth Intervention for Improving Pain, Quality of Life, and Functional Disability in Patients with Chronic Pain. Systematic Review. mHealth, interesting, a novel term we haven't included so far in our search term. It's called mobile health. So it's basically a synonym for mobile phone health app. Sometimes it's very helpful when you create these search terms that you do a very rough search and identify standard terms, standard medical words that are used in your context, and then do like a little retro-engineered search term creation with the new words. So for example, in this case, we could basically go back and say, mHealth sounds very professional, very technical, and replace mobile phone with mHealth, or app with mHealth. Second example, you could also use these results to narrow your search by using very specific words like non-specific low back pain instead of back pain. So there's also the functionality that you can download all of your results from the literature and put them into an Excel sheet. And we also provided this Excel sheet, this template on our website, and it could look like this. That you basically have a very general table with the search categories that you could rename to clinical association. And you have 29 search results, and you then have the risks that are associated. They're of course in red because they're dangerous, and so on and so forth. And then you can number your individual publications. After 3 comes the 4. And you can put your references in here. So for example, mHealth use, a systematic review of mHealth use in lower back pain. You read through the abstract and you say, okay, that sounds very like our technology that we employ. So you say, yes, this publication is definitely relevant for us. And then the next step, you read through the full text. And you also say, yeah, definitely, that's our technology. That is a lot of good information that we can use. You include your title of the device here, title of your publication here, reference the PubMed identification number, just helps you to identify duplicates within the Excel sheet, because you can just search for duplicates and then erase them. You copy paste the abstract here and put some internal comments like, hey, this information is really relevant for risk management or for creating a better usability study, for example. And then you extract, this is just a suggestion, then you extract some specific information. For example, what's the name of the device that is mentioned in the study? What kind of clinical benefits did they identify in the literature? Was there any information on usability, on experiences from the users, any benefits, any new risks that you could identify? And of course, you have a separate row for risks that you identified in these publications, such as people have to wear glasses when they're in a certain age, or they have to avoid doing the exercises in the sun because they cannot see the screen anymore. These kind of things you can consider here. Okay. From a high-level perspective, I wanted to summarize in one slide on how this workflow actually goes within the PubMed publication identification. So you set up your search protocol here on the left with your search terms. You identify all your publications, right? So you have different search terms, they lead to different publications. Some of them are potentially relevant, some you can exclude straight from looking at the abstract. And then in the next step, you identify some publications that are really relevant to what you want to prove, what you want to state. And some of them you will lose on the way because they thought, okay, yeah, the abstract looks very promising, but in the end, when you check out the full text, it's just nonsense. Or they forgot to mention that they used, I don't know, monkeys or mice in their study. And then you will identify this along the way. Okay, awesome. And last but not least, I wanted to show you how you could merge the Excel table with your CER. So you could find in Annex 1 the references. So you basically copy paste these numbers here. You copy paste these columns, reference columns, into this section, and you give a reference for the publications that you are summarizing above in the free text section. And then A2, you summarize basically these. You just copy paste them into here, and then you can see the full list of all publications. And this is basically how you find and evaluate and manage literature in a very lean way in your clinical evaluation report. Okay, see you in the next video on how to identify PMS data in the BfArM database.